Hello everyone, welcome back or welcome to my channel. My name is Kenzie and today I'm going to be talking about my 2026 knitting and crochet related goals. I'm also planning on making a video like this for my sewing related goals because I do make videos occasionally about sewing as well, so stay tuned for that one. But today we're just going to talk about knitting, crochet, stash busting, projects, all that kind of thing. So grab something nice to drink and let's get talking. So this is probably going to be a little bit of a shorter video because I only have a couple of goals here. Yeah, just a quick little discussion on what my plans are for this year. Probably my biggest goal for the year is to really buckle down on my stash busting, and I'm going to have a stash busting related video coming out very soon, so do stay tuned for that if you want more of a discussion on my stash busting. But if you've been watching any of my other videos, you might know that I've been trying to work on my stash. Not really doing the greatest at it, but I'm really going to try and buckle down on it this year. So my probably biggest and most ambitious goal for the year is to use 100 skeins of yarn. That's kind of scary. That's a huge number, but that should hopefully take me down to, I think it's like 40 or 60 skeins. I have way too much yarn. Just to be upfront, I have way too much yarn. That's why I'm trying to work on getting rid of some of it. I think that using 100 skeins would take me down to a much more manageable number. So I really want to work on working through my yarn. To go along with that, and I will discuss this in the stash busting video, but I'm going to do my absolute best to not buy any yarn unless I absolutely need it to finish a project. Last year, one of the biggest contributing factors to me not being able to stash bust very much was that I kept buying yarn. I kept having new projects that I wanted to work on. Even though I knew I was supposed to be working on my yarn stash and depleting it more than I was contributing to it, I just couldn't get rid of the idea of working on those projects, and so I would buy yarn when I had more than enough waiting for me in my stash. So I'm really going to do my best to not buy any new yarn this year unless it's for a project that I need to finish. Like if I have one more skein to finish a project or something like that, I will let myself get that yarn. Otherwise, I want to be working from entirely my stash this year, if at all possible. There might be occasional times where I don't stick to that, which I will definitely discuss more in detail in the stash busting video, but overall, I'm just going to try and not buy any yarn and use up as much as possible and hopefully hit 100 skeins of yarn used up by the end of the year, which is really ambitious and I'm kind of scared about making it happen, but I've got lots of time. Hopefully it will work. My next goal for the year is to finish 20 projects. I feel like I didn't really have much direction in 2025. I feel like I just was knitting and crocheting whatever I felt like, and I didn't really finish many projects. I just was working on a couple here and there, starting way too many new ones, and I just don't feel like I finished as many as I would like to. I really want to finish more projects this year. I also want to work on getting through the projects that I have started already, so I'm also going to have another video coming out about that soon. Sorry to be just constantly plugging future videos, but if you're seeing this video after any of those come out, I will definitely link them in the iCards. But yeah, I want to work on whittling down the amount of projects that I have because I don't even know how many whips I have going right now. I just know that it's too many and I want to work on it. I want to make sure I'm actually finishing projects, so I set the goal of 20, and I might do more, I might do less, hopefully more. That would be great. We'll definitely see. I think at least 20 would be a really good start. I think that would really chip away at what I already have going, if not entirely eliminate all of my whips and get it down to a more manageable number. I want to work on it and I want to actually finish more things this year. So 20 projects by the end of the year. I'm going to do my best. And then kind of attached to that, my third goal is to finish some specific projects. So I chose 3 projects that I really want to get done. I don't have them with me right now, so I'm just going to put pictures up on the screen. These are projects that have kind of just been languishing a little bit, or I just want to have them done and usable. My first project is my Moby sweater that I'm making for my husband. I will put up a picture of what it looks like. Currently, I am working on the body of it. I think I'm about halfway done with the body, maybe a little bit less, but it's going good. It's just a little bit more of a focus project because of of all of the texturing. I'm really loving working on it. It just takes a little bit more focus than I am sometimes able to give. A lot of the time, the best time for me to be knitting is when I'm watching TV or something or reading. I can't always dedicate all of my attention to working on a super textured project like the Moby sweater, but I really do want to get this one finished. I am really excited to give it to my husband, so this one is definitely getting finished in 2026. I also really want to finish my Lacy yoke blouse. This is a vintage pattern, a 1940s pattern, I believe. It's mostly stockinette, but with some lace work detailing up at the yoke, which is why it's called the Lacy yoke blouse. It's really a beautiful pattern, but for whatever reason, it has taken me so long to get this one done. I don't even want to talk about when I cast this on. I think this is my oldest project. I'm not happy with that, so I really want to get this one off the needles. I want to wear it. I feel like it would be a really good staple piece for winter. It just is sometimes a little bit repetitive because it is knit flat and it's stockinette, and it's also on very small needles, as most vintage patterns are, so it does take a long time. I tend to get bored working on it. I know I was just saying that my best projects to work on are the more mindless ones that I can do while I'm watching TV or reading, but this one just has been hard to keep my attention on. I tend to forget about it. I have periods where I work on it a lot and then I'll forget about it, set it down, and just out of sight, out of mind, and so I really need to just focus on this, actually finish it, get it off the needles, because it's been here for way too long and I just want to have it done. And then my third specific project that I want to work on is this crochet blouse. This one I was trying to get done by last summer so that I could wear it, because I am severely lacking in summer clothes, and so I thought a really cute, fun crochet vintage blouse would be a great addition to my summer wardrobe. There's two different crochet blouses I'm working on. I haven't decided which one is specifically the one I want to finish. Ideally, I would love to finish both of them. At the very least, I need to finish one of these before the summer comes again. So I have a couple months for this one. It is currently January, and I really need to get a move on it if I want to have it for summer, because it's with crochet thread with a teeny tiny hook. It takes a long time, but I know that it's going to come out so beautifully, and I really want to have this in my wardrobe because I think it's just such a unique piece. I know that crochet is definitely becoming more popular recently, but I don't think that many people have something quite like this in their crochet wardrobe. Whichever one I pick, one of the two. Ideally both, but at least one of these crochet blouses I'm going to finish before the summer. You will see it in a knit and chat this year. And speaking of knit and chats and just videos in general, one of my other goals is kind of just more related to the channel, and that is that I want to make videos at least twice a month. I have been really slacking on this channel. I'm really sorry about that, but I would really love to get back into the swing of it and make more videos. So my goal is at least twice a month. If I could do more, that would be great, but at the minimum, I would really like to do 2 times a month. So that should mean that at least one knit and chat will go up and one other video per month. I have lots of different themes planned for all of my other videos, but we will get into that when they come up. I'm really excited for all of the content ideas I have for this year, for the things that I have been planning, and I'm really excited to put them out for you to see. So that is, I guess, not really a knitting and crochet goal, but it is a goal of mine to complete this year. So those were my goals for 2026. I know that this was a super short video. I just wanted to talk about the things that I am trying to achieve this year in terms of knitting and crochet. It might seem like not that many goals, but I think that these are pretty ambitious ones. Hopefully I will be able to come back at the end of the year and recap on this and tell you all about all of the things that I have achieved. Hopefully I will be able to do all of these goals and more. Things are definitely up in the air, and I might have been too ambitious, especially with that stash busting goal. Only time will tell. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. Let me know if you have any knitting and crochet and yarn related goals down in the comments. I would love to hear about what you're working on or what you're planning to work on. Again, I'm going to have a video kind of like this, but about my sewing goals coming out soon. So stay tuned for that. Stay tuned for my stash busting video, my video about my whips, all of that stuff if you're interested. I also make knit and chats, so go ahead and check out any of my past knit and chats, and I can't wait to see you again soon. Bye.